What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. It's just Rhonda, and it's Hump Day. Hump Day, y'all. We halfway through the week. We're almost to the weekend. And I mean, you either halfway full, your glass is either half empty or half full. I'm a half full kind of girl. I don't like to think of my glasses half empty. I like to think of my glasses half full. And I'm always looking for ways to, fill my glass back up because I'm not really trying to work on empty. Working on full is just, for me, and I'm only speaking for me, just a little bit more comfortable situation to be in. So I'm over here talking to y'all, trying to get my cup filled up. And hopefully on this Wednesday, this Humps Day Wednesday, coming over here with me will do, a little bit of filling up your cup over there, wherever you at. Y'all like the video, subscribe to my channel. We're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's season 14, it's episode 15. So I guess the question of the episode is to divorce or not to divorce. That seems to be the question over there. It's a lot of husbands not living in their houses and a lot of wives not sure whether they should divorce or not. It's irritating, but we'll get to it. First, we're going to go over here and gossip. So the clicks click up. Dorit and Bose go over to visit Erica Jane. She's showing off everybody her newly decorated home. I guess the second question is to wallpaper or not to wallpaper. What do y'all think? Do y'all think wallpaper? I don't know. I'm not a fan of Erica Jane's wallpaper, but I'm not mad at it. Both Erica Jane and Bose went over there with this very elaborate, over-the-top wallpaper. But then I'm like, it's just wallpaper. You can always take it down. You know what I mean? I don't know that wallpaper works like it used to. I'm gonna have to do a little investigating because I feel like Bethany Frankel or one of these ladies has some wallpaper. You can put it on there and then take it off. And it's not like back in the day we had to soak that thing off and steam it off. So I don't know. I might think about wallpaper. Anything I do here in this house is an improvement, and they should thank their lucky stars that they have me as a renter. That's another subject, but I feel like it's Erica Jane biting Bose's style with the wallpaper. Like, was she inspired by all the opulence that's over there at Bose's lovely house that didn't make it through the fires? But see, is that a half empty, half full type situation? I feel like for the moment, you can feel a little bit half empty because you're lost. But then you can also feel half full when you're Bose because you have the means to, she's got homes. So although we don't, we feel sad for her that she lost her home, at least she's a half full kind of girl where she still has homes and the means to recover from such a thing. But I feel like Erica was over here biting her style just a little bit. That's okay, because that's what y'all do. Ask somebody. This is America. That's a tangent I won't get into. Let's stick to the wallpaper. So Bose is bearing gifts because she's planning a trip with the ladies to St. Lucia. She made that announcement apparently after the fashion show. I don't remember being invited to this conversation, but it was a conversation that was had where she told the ladies that she wanted to bring them to St. Lucia. It was a cute bag. I feel like Bose gives out gifts every time she hosts an event. So, she came through with a cute little bag. Kathy was over there with her suitcase last time for her trip. And so Bose is over here with a bag of bikinis and things. She said they're about to have a real fashion show. And I think it wasn't supposed to be a dig at Sutton, but it kind of turned out to be a dig at Sutton. You know, I'm not gonna say hate on Sutton's event. Like whatever she had going on over there, it was an actual thing. Because Dorita had a fashion show since she got here. And the word on the street is that the people with the company, this swimming suit company that she came over here with, is suing her. And I ain't seen no wedding dresses either. So I don't know what Dorita's doing, but they got cute little swimsuit situation bag to go on the trip. Like, as if they need it. But knowing Bose, it was probably some black designer that get a little shine. And I'm not mad at any of that because I see how she does things where she spends her dollars at. Where y'all spending y'all's dollars at? Are y'all participating in the blackout? I'm doing my best. Some things like I haven't been supporting anyway because I feel like this is, Monster was created by laziness and such. And some of the things are just gonna be impossible to get away from. When you're talking about groceries and things, like we gotta eat. So apparently all the food, supply people are, what are we talking about? St. Lucia. No need to bring stress over here in this conversation. They bring in enough stress on their own. So both groups of ladies, the other group is not really a group, it's just Garcelle and Sutton. I feel like they do these things and then Garcelle and Sutton go have their own personal little gossip session because they'll trust the rest of y'all over here and they shouldn't. Dorita's over at Bose's house. They're sitting down, after they had their little, fashion session, they go sit down with the gossip. Dorita's telling them how she had to sit down with Garcelle. They had their little conversation, and apparently Garcelle told her that Sutton gets in her feelings about that joke about the vodka. And Erica is like, I know she's not getting her feelings about a joke because wasn't nobody having no sympathy for me and how they treated me. And I want her to stop saying that because you sound a fool, Erica Jane. Your husband was over there stealing money from victims and you benefited from him and you wasn't sorry about it. So the way they treated you was like the way you deserve to be treated. And I wish you would stop bringing it up and saying it that way because every time you do, I side eye you and I'll be feeling some type of way about you. It's giving you still ain't sorry. She said both Sutton and Garcelle were, bringing up things, talking about her having allegedly taken pills and drinking alcohol, and Sutton was like questioning her about, monies and things involved with her divorce. And I'm like, well, girl, let's remember how that came up because you was over there at Garcelle's party event, whatever offering up your puss to her son, who was married at the time. Then you was over there cussing at the other son. So she had an issue with how you was coming at her family. And if you was gonna be over here blaming it on the alcohol and things, and she's like, maybe you should get control of that situation because you said something about some pills. And she was like, I remember. That was in a golf cart or something. And yeah, Sutton was definitely on that ass, but you was over here acting not sorry about, something that you should definitely have been. At the very least, you could have been humble. By humble, I mean let go of some of that stuff you didn't need. You was trying to stay a millionaire in a situation where the money was not good. And I get it, like stuff falling apart over there, and you used to this opulent lifestyle, but you look awfully opulent over there in the lifestyle you got right now. You envious Chanel bags and things. I mean, I guess, girl, I ain't never lived that lifestyle. But if you want a Chanel bag, then I guess you're gonna have to pat that dusty puss, girl, because it's getting ready to expire. I feel like Erica Jane should stop comparing her divorce to everybody else's. It's not the same. It's a completely different situation. They was looking at you crazy because you was, they didn't give me a piece of party. Go talk to your therapist again so she can remind you why that is. And implying that Sutton is drinking is not a cute joke, and not, especially not coming from somebody who you don't get along with. I don't know who started this shit between Dorit and Sutton. I feel like there's some jealousy coming from both directions because Dorit was over there being fake about her money, and Sutton is just like has this very unrealistic need to be a part of groups that don't really want to accept her. Also, I feel like it's kind of silly bringing up Sutton drinking when I mean she doesn't really show up places any more tipsy than y'all. She ain't show up like Erica Jane did. I ain't see her do that. Now she do having a little slur moments and bug out moments, and if that's under the influence of alcohol, well, I don't know. What I do know is Dorita's not coming from some place of concern. She's coming from a place of like doing this lady dirty. Bose thinks it's hypocritical for them to be saying that she is over here being Dorit's mouthpiece when Garcelle does the same thing for Sutton. True statement. That's what Garcelle does. I don't understand it, but hey, this is her friend over here. They bonded over the fact that they need to be alliances. And I feel like now they're friends for real. It happens. I don't know. If I were Garcelle, I mean, I guess it really ain't that serious to her. This lady just wants to be friends with Kyle so bad she can't stand it and, do whatever, girl. Garcelle and Sutton talk about how Dorit and Kyle are getting along like besties. Yeah, I guess they done being mad. We don't have to talk about text messages and DMs and things anymore. They said they wasn't going to bring it up no more. Both of their husbands is somewhere together over in Europe, so they look a fool over here fighting with each other. Garcelle says she thinks Sutton prefers the distance between Dorit and Kyle because it gives her more of an opportunity to be friends with Kyle. And I think that's crazy. I think that's absolutely crazy. If we're cool, if we're friends and you're friends with somebody I don't get along with, I don't have to blend the friendship. Y'all were friends, y'all are cool. I won't talk about your girl and then please don't talk about me with her. I feel like it's very not adult. Sutton, this girl don't really think of you as a friend like that, like that. I thought we covered that like in the first episode. Kyle will ghost on you, put you on pause for 6 months at a time, not even give a damn, especially when she got something going on that she do not want to talk about. I think that's lame. Like, who wants that kind of friendship? That kind of friendship that, you got to not be friends with that person in order to be interviewed. If I got to beg for your friendship, Sutton has an unnatural need to be chosen. I blame Reba. It's Reba's fault that she's like so needy to, be amongst the popular girls. You are the popular girl when you in your right friend group. You know shit what they're doing over there. Being miserable. They over there gossiping about Carl and Mauricio and Morgan. I seen Erica Jane on the after show talk about how she was not comfortable with how Garcelle and Sutton got almost joy and glee out of what happened with Mauricio. And I was like, that is not what they got. Their girlfriends over there gossiping just like anybody else would be. They didn't say nothing bad about Kyle. They said Mauricio was over there with a young ass girl looking a fool down to the airport. That lady didn't have no clothes on. For some reason, Garcelle thinks that Kyle owes her some type of information about Morgan. She's like, I think it's funny how we can talk about Mauricio, but we can't talk about Morgan. What do you want to know? The lady said they're just friends. And we just don't really know what she was doing. I can guesstimate just like anybody else does. I feel like Mauricio been out in these streets. And Kyle thought she was gonna make him jealous with a little pizzazz. And all she did was give him an excuse to leave. Now he out there with Pop-Tarts and snow bunnies and things. You don't play with the relationship like that. You got to be honest. If you wanted that man, then, you should have had a different conversation, not playing his face. And if he's doing all that cheating, girl, live with it or don't. I don't know. Not Garcelle. Sutton is like, I don't know. I don't really want to press it. I didn't be asking her too many questions about that. They're sitting over there trying to. We saw you at the concert. Why wasn't you in the seat with everybody else? What? Because I told you that's my friend, and I got a backstage pass. And if Mauricio is over here kissing on girls in the airport, then I guess I'm just gonna have to find something to do with myself. That's gonna make me laugh. I don't know. I don't feel like, what is it that you want to know, Garcelle? You want her to like confirm that her and this lady is having more than a friendship? I don't know that that's what it is. That girl is a child, just the same as the one that Mauricio is messing with. The both of them look a fool. Bose went over to Kyle's house so she could get the gossip. And we're gonna say, this lady was over here saying that I don't really give her time to become closer friends with her and get to know her better. So I'm gonna get to know her better by asking her personal questions about her husband over here on the internet with another woman. I feel like that's a good place to start. I mean, Kyle opens up to her, about her separation, and she was saying like when she first met Bose, he had just moved out, so she was going through some things, and she was not open to anything. Bose, people should be able to open up when they want to. I feel like some people that come spewing their whole life out of their mouth, they expect you to reciprocate. And I don't have to do that. If you want to tell all your business, tell it. If you tell it to me, I'm not going to repeat it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to open up to you unless I want to. Bose has her own story of how she found out. She said she found out, this is also on the after show, that she found out about her husband's cancer and he passed away 6 weeks later. So it wasn't like a long, drawn out story. I mean, sickness story. Bose said they separated and she went over to pick up her daughter and was a woman there. Made her feel some type of way. And then when he got sick, she went to the hospital and she seen this woman like stroking his hair or whatever. And she told this lady she had to better get the hell out of there. And I mean, 6 weeks later, it was over. So he was in a relationship with someone, clearly. Everybody's situation is different. I don't know what Kyle and Mauricio have going on, and neither do they necessarily. Um, like Kyle said, that picture was it. That picture made her feel like, okay, so this is what it is. So how is separation supposed to work? Because it's so confusing to me the way they're like, I we separated and what was the timeline? I feel like get out, go. What are we holding on to for? Once you go, I don't see you coming back. For what? We can get right back to this place where we're like, I think you should go again. If you're gonna go, go ahead and go. Don't come back. And Kyle and Dorit are over here doing well. I'm not gonna say Dorit because I don't know what Dorit and PK think they're doing, but not fooling nobody damn body. But Kyle is over here not living her life on pause because she thought she was gonna get her life back. And what she needs to do is redefine what these next years is gonna look like because it don't look like what she thought it was gonna look like. Paint a different story. And if Mauricio want to come back, tell him to stay his ass out there and, with that girl in a bikini. His little blue pills and his buddy PK. Faye Resnick said him and PK was over there trying to get her husband to come live there, hang out that single shit. No, we're not. Leave Faye Resnick's husband where he at. She said those photos give her permission to move forward. I mean, maybe that's why Mauricio and this lady plotted and planned to have these pictures come out. Because he knew you wouldn't be able to save face. So he had to put them pictures out so you could be like, you know what? You're not about to play me. I'm telling you, that was his ticket to freedom. She keeps, I know it wasn't you. I know you wouldn't do that. She keeps on blaming this lady for being the reason why the pictures came out. Look at Mr. I'm going to come in your house and go through your cabinets and make myself a cup of coffee. If I can't come over to the penthouse playhouse, don't come up in here touching my shit. You asking me, can you have a cup of coffee? This ain't your house no more. He's sitting there looking a fool, trying to look. She's looking at him like, so what happened? I'm getting ahead of myself. Dorit and PK meet up for dinner. They meet up for salad. And based on this conversation that they just had over here, I know this is why people think they're full of shit. Now, my first language is English, so there was no confusion about what was being said over there, but it was a bunch of double talk and unfinished thoughts and sentences. They think somebody damn stupid. Bring it back to the robbery. I want to look at that again and see what types of communication they was having that night. Because that was another time that people felt bamboozled. Now, Dorit, they said they're giving you a pass and saying you didn't know about it. But I feel like you know what's going on here. He's sitting up there talking about, I felt you were controlling. So I took an apartment that was like a little humble place, nothing like the house that you and the kids were living in. So I was feeling some type of way because you were moving, living over there. And I was living in this teeny ass apartment. Because we don't really have money like that, according to Sutton. So I couldn't get no luxurious penthouse playhouse like Mauricio. Didn't I say PK and Mauricio live in the same place? It can't be that humble. Now he said he didn't discuss it with her. So you didn't discuss it with her, but she was being controlling. So I'm confused. PK is saying things that he was feeling, but wasn't communicating. And Dorita's annoying as hell. And I feel like she do a lot of talking and she's not the easiest person to communicate with. And then without resolving any of that, they leave that conversation and get straight into the emails that he said a bunch of stuff that she was, not understanding. And he said he thought that it would be a good idea for them to get a lawyer because they weren't communicating. This person will help them like figure out checks and balances. And right now, does he want to get a divorce? He don't know. She's his best mate. And he wants to work on the friendship because they have children, and what he wants to work on is the friendship. That way, if they get a divorce, then they'll be able to get along and be still friends. Dorit says what did she say? She doesn't feel it in her heart that she wants a divorce. She said, but PK is the one, in control of everything. He's holding all the cards. Why? Because you said PK was a drunk monster who was a terrible father who wasn't helping take care of them daggone children. And you've been lying for him for years. So what is he deciding on? Get the papers done. Y'all over here playing games and talking in circles and shit, and we ain't buying it. So that divorce, I feel like, is something made up. Here's some other made up shit. Keely and Bose and their dinner. And I just don't feel like this is how things work. I can't speak for everyone, but I feel like, especially with her being Nigerian, they have so many cultural like rules and, you know, like most people whose parents, come from other countries, they be halfway in their culture and halfway out because they're raised here in America. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me. And I'm saying this because I've done it, and I'm sure a lot of women have. My son didn't meet all the people that I was dating. He met my girl's father. By the time he met somebody, it was somebody who was going to be around. He ended up being around for 17 years. And we have two children together. But there was a process in introducing my son, and it was, well, I wasn't working on no engagement, but I'm just saying there was a process in introducing my son to someone who was now going to be a permanent part of our life. Um, when I met my current partner, my kids were pretty much grown. My youngest was 13, and there was a process in introducing him to my children. So not like, hey, so remember that guy that came to Africa, came to Ghana? Is that where she's from, Ghana, or was she just over there in Ghana? I don't know. Remember that guy that came to Ghana? And well, he's like my boyfriend, and we've been together for 8 months, and we're gonna have babies. So they have to sit down with the daughter, and the daughter's like, so when you plan on moving in over here? Or what are we doing? Are we moving over here or are we moving over there? Because I got friends and things over here. That's the best thing that could have happened to him. The fact that she doesn't want to be uprooted from her friends gives him the best excuse in the world to move over here in Bose's house. People are calling you TJ. I don't know if that's what it is, but I don't have no feeling one way or the other, honestly, about Keely because I don't know the man. My feeling is more so towards both because it's like, what in the hell? Why are you on such a fast track? A fast track to what? If y'all say babies, I'm gonna punch you in the throat, for God's sakes. It's just not making sense. I'm ready to sit over here and risk my life for this man that I only known for 8 months. Come on. Yeah, I don't think you fall in that kind of love at this big old age. I mean, if you are, God bless it, but I'm not buying it. When she did ask him, like, so he answered the question that he would be moving into her house, and she's like, so basically, what's the timeline on that? When are y'all planning on like when you moving in and starting a family and this whole thing that y'all have talked about? And he 100% dodged that question. He says something about Bose, instilling great values. Okay, PK. That little girl said, "When are you coming over here? When are y'all starting this situation?" Because she probably knows her mother's situation and she probably is a little bit afraid. Mauricio comes to visit Kyle. This is the first time that they're seeing each other after this photo got leaked. And he's acting all nervous, like I said, stirring coffee all extra loud. And, you know, basically he was telling Kyle like he just wanted to go on a trip. He said he really didn't party that much. He out of the 20 some days he was gone, he only partied like 5 nights. And I'm like, it seems weird to listen to some 50 something year old man talk about how he partied. We saw you over there acting a fool, busting up champagne bottles and things like Mauricio is acting a whole frat boy. He said he just wanted to go on vacation and do whatever he wanted and not have to be worried about kids and her and nothing else. He just wanted to make his own schedule and do his own thing. And it sounds like freedom. And if that's what he wants, Kyle, give it to him. Because you could kiss my ass talking about, I just want to go and not worry about the kids. The kids is grown. This man said he don't want to have any responsibilities to anyone. Nobody. Kyle is looking at him like, okay, got it. Now, what about this woman? Because we haven't talked about that. And he, obviously she just looking at him. I was loving every minute of that, how she was looking at him like, that's cute, but so where do we go from here? He said he didn't want to see her hurt. I'm sure he didn't. That's why he's looking to fool. But I think he also wants his free. And I feel like the more he talks, the more I believe he is absolutely responsible for the photos being leaked. It just makes Kyle feel better to think that he wasn't. And she, of course, like I said, blaming this lady. She's the one that set it up. It was not you. I think the best thing for Kyle to do now is start moving forward, like I said, because hell, he said it in so many words. He gave her a hug like, you're still my buddy. You're still his buddy. But the next time my buddy heard from me will be when he called me. I would not worry about, them daughters don't need your help for engagement with their father. So the ladies are packing for St. Lucia. The ladies who have, husbands that have taken up other residences are pulling out their best thirst trap outfits. And I'm here for that. I feel like that's what they should be doing. Just like Mauricio is acting like a frat boy, I think these ladies should be damn sure over here acting like some hot girls in St. Lucia. Resort is beautiful. It's making me feel like it's definitely time for me to get my ass on somebody's island. I need to start my workout regimen tomorrow, maybe later on today. Because based on the stuff that Bose was pulling out of them suitcases and things, it was wearing me out. So I can't do any of that at the moment. That tracksuit she had on, I need that in my closet. I could do that now. Maybe not them little bikini things that they was pulling out, but that tracksuit needs to be in my closet. The cliques are all assigned to their villas. This is how I would want it. I don't know why people be acting funny about this. Like, please put me in the villa with the people I get along with. Now, apparently Tilly and Sutton have to sleep in the same bed. Why? It's whatever. I feel like there's enough comfy places in there that I wouldn't have to sleep in the same bed with Sutton. I would, there's got to be a comfy couch or something. And, it is what it is. You're a rich bitch. You could just order you one if you're uncomfortable. They immediately start talking about Dorit. Did you talk to Dorit? I haven't spoken to Dorit. I'm getting a weird energy from Dorit. Yeah, you told that lady she was broke and she couldn't match your wallet. And I'm not mad at that, but I want something to stand on business. Like if that's how you gonna be, then stay there. Be about it. So what you say, what you mean, and mean what you say. You can't be being Billy badass and then come back and being like, oh, like, things are weird. Yep, they're gonna be weird. This lady thinks you owe her an apology, and then everybody was all aghast at what you said, so they probably agree. And the clique that you want to be a part of so bad, they all mad at you because you said what you said to Dorit. I don't know which Dorit you expected to receive. She came to your event, and all I would have is hi for the lady anyway, just so I don't make everybody else feel weird. Hi, how you doing? Sutton is in her feelings because Kyle and Dorit seem fine. They're just having a good time, and she hates that because she would prefer that if Kyle would stand up for her sometimes. And I'm like, she don't value your friendship, and not the same as she does Dorit, which is barely. She just wants to be one of the popular girls. She over here crying, damn near touching 60, and she crying because she want to be one of the popular girls. Is these the kind of things that goes on down to the senior citizens home? They still be having popular girls over there? I know what they do have is medication, and it just seemed like that Tilly had a bag of it. Now she was calling it candy, and I don't know what kind of candies they are. They did not look tasty. They looked like medication. Is she one of those ladies like Lisa Rinna that carries her medication in a Ziploc bag? Dorita's over the other room talking about Sutton. I could tell she got something up her sleeve. Does she? Does she be? She might be having a breakdown up her sleeve because she will have those, especially when she's feeling left out of things. Now, next week we see them on a boat, and at some point, they're all voicing their opinion about what she did and how she been moving, and she can't handle it. You can't be calling people broke and whatever hell you be saying over there, son. You can't do that and then come back and then be a victim. You got to stand in your shit. But she's about to have a meltdown, so I don't hate that. Somehow it comes, ends up being super entertaining. She looked like she had on a pretty blue swimsuit. But we'll find that out next week too, y'all. Until then, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.